Welcome inside the Luke Urban Fieldhouse for boys volleyball's spring sports. Kicks off tonight on Fred TV. Evan Massoud and Kelly Bullier with you for the call as Brockton actually kicks off their season tonight. Durfee in their third match, coming in at 2-0. So, as always, this is a great matchup. It's always a heavyweight matchup. Last year, Durfee swept the Big Three, Kelly, something they had never done before.
Right. It was very exciting. Was here with you for that game, and
That's
it was
right.
great.
Brockton sends it into the net, and Durfee gets the first point of this one. The 2-0 start for the Hilltoppers. Always nice to start with a couple wins, you know.
Yeah, feels good.
It's kind of strange, and this has happened at Durfee before as well. That was a good kill there on the other side by Mark Florestal. But we've seen this happen with Durfee before too, where they kind of had to open the season with Big Three. At least this year, the Hilltoppers got a couple matches under their belt before having to play a very meaningful game. For Brockton, I mean, they're coming in basically, this is their first game action of the year.
Right, yeah. I mean, that's always nice for us that we have a couple chances to get in our groove and feel pretty good, and coming off 2 nice wins, and then, setting ourselves up for a big game, and just gets the boys ready to go.
Well, I'll tell you, this was, for Brendan Kelly, this is probably the most optimistic I've seen him at the start of a season. We were talking pregame, and he said, 1 through 12 here, this roster, or we can say actually what 15. There's 15 on the roster. 1 through 15, we'll say. Everybody is just in sync already. There's a lot of experience here. A lot of these guys were forced into varsity young, like as freshmen, kind of like what you had going on with the girls. Yeah. Because 2 seasons ago, you had all freshmen starting, which is pretty much unheard of.
Yeah, it was crazy.
And we had some growth from that, some growth this year. You guys had an even better season this year. Yes. And, you're just going to continue getting there, and that's kind of what's happening. That's what you're seeing here. I mean, some big losses from last year. Joe Camara, Cam Branco, of course, who got his 1,000 sets, 1,000 assists. But, there's a core group here that's back, which is really important if you want to try to double up on what you did a year ago. Right.
Having Danny, number 20, Danny Keys, and Nillen, back on the outside. They're big hitters for us, and having them for another year is great. And Andrew Saunders, our setter, number 15, he's really stepping it up and kind of coming into his own as a setter, even though it's just been 2 games. He's showing kind of a lot of promise, and he's really getting in sync with those 2 hitters. So it's nice to see. Yeah,
Coach Kelly, I mean, he was flat out. It's like, to replace a Cam Branco.
Oh, yeah, that's tough. That's tough.
That's tough. He said that's about as difficult as it was when he had to replace Joe Haneen and when he had to replace Jeff Dodonna.
Before that.
Those are the only 3 names in this program's history that got 1,000 assists, 1,000 sets, however you want to slice it. So when you lose the setter and one that you have that much confidence in that can just get it done, obviously you're not sure what you're going to get. But he said Andrew's come in ready to rock and roll in the first 2 matches. Small sample size, but he's been nothing but impressed. I think it was deflected. It was. Keys with the kill, and it brings Durfee back to within 1. So 5-4 Brockton after that kill from Durfee, and Thomas Michael will go back to the line there and service again, try to get Durfee back to even at 5-5. Thomas plays it in the back, going to set up. Oh, it's still alive, and late reaction there. Marcelo Cardozo couldn't get there. He got there the first time and couldn't get the arm outstretched enough for Keys to loft it.
Marcelo is a junior, but he's actually only started playing last year. Came to us last year and played, and he's really filling in a big spot in the middle where we moved Danny over to the outside. Coach Kelly moved him over to the outside, as you see, and having Marcelo's play there. So a young player, but very promising and doing a really, really good job. Yeah, and you remember
Nillen plays a lot outside. So did Joe Camara last year. Joe always seemed to be on the corner right next to us. And I think, given Danny's skill having that extra height outside is probably beneficial, in sticking Marcelo in the middle. That's blocked and sent down to the court. So Durfee had got it back a couple serves ago. We saw the powerful Sten Bruno, a senior for the Boxers, number 10, and sent that serve well long. But, man, he lofted it for the set there on the serve like 20 feet up in the air, and he got a lot of power behind it. So if he can reel those in a little bit, he could be dangerous for Brockton. Plenty of experience there, too. I remember that name from last year. Hilltoppers getting hit there with the foul. 8-5, Brockton here in the opening set. And another good serve from Thomas Pham. Kept in by Keys. It's going to go over the net.
But I think we were in the net. Yep.
It did make it over, but the violation. Hey, it's Coach Lamar from track. How are you, sir? Good, good. The Luke Urban Fieldhouse, where everybody knows your name.
That's right.
I mean, seriously.
It's the place to be.
Yep. Never know who's going to
feel important when you come in here, right?
You just never know who's going to come out that door behind us from the locker rooms. So Brockton opening up a bit of a lead here.
Oh.
Tough one there. Thomas Michael couldn't dig it out, and it is now 11-5 in favor of Brockton.
There we go. That was
played
better.
Yeah. But you notice Pham's serve, I think that went out. It did. Pham's serving here. He's not getting a lot of spin on the ball, and it's to play that. It's now Durfee with their first timeout.
Yep.
Trying to play that is, I think we talked about it last year, similar to the difficulties a catcher has in baseball trying to catch a knuckleball, because there's no spin and it just kind of floats. The grooves of the ball mixing with the air against it just kind of make it dance.
Right, exactly.
It's not something that's got straight up spin that you can just follow it in the air. So Pham's got that going, that kind of floating serve, but he's got power behind it. That's a deadly combination.
You know, it's tough when you're on that other side of the court and you see that ball coming, because sometimes it just keeps on moving on you, and you think you got it, and then it hits your arm a weird way, and you look at your arm like, hey, what was wrong with that?
I was here. Yeah, and to your point, it's not just side to side too. I mean, it could just go and drop off the table.
Sometimes it just drops. Yep, yeah, exactly.
Exactly. So 12-5, and Hilltoppers with the timeout here. Coach Kelly hoping to stop the bleeding a little bit here. Brockton on a bit of a run. I actually lost count, but I think it's 5 or 6 in a row here. Well, and that broke it up there. So maybe a little change of fortunes on the errant serve there. Danny Keys will go back to serve for Durfee. Anybody new to volleyball, you notice there's one player on each side with a different colored jersey. That's the libero, so they can come and go as they please. Thomas Michael wearing for Durfee. And for Brockton, playing it right there, number 1, Kiet Tai. So both liberos in red stand out very well.
Yep.
Coming back, Nillen off the net, right to Rafael Miranda. Far side, that is off.
Out.
It actually hit the net. I thought it hit one of the Hilltopper fingertips, but must have gone off the net. That was a strong swing there from Wood Fan, a junior for Coach Jack Olson. Off of Keys. Not much you could do with that. 13-7.
It's nice seeing Danny in the back row. He's definitely developed his back row play and his passing over the last few years. And with him being in the middle last year, a lot of the times the libero would switch in and play the back row for him. And now moving him to the outside, he's got to play. Oh, that was long. Got to play the back row a lot, which is nice. And he's doing a really good job for a tall kid, too.
Well, I was just going to say, for somebody who's tall, I mean, it's actually probably going to help. I mean, he's one of the tallest on the team.
Right. To
have someone tall back there, if it's coming at your head and you're 3 feet from the line, you just know it's going to be out.
Exactly.
There's no question.
Exactly.
You leave nothing to chance there. Hilltoppers with another point.
Double contact there.
Yep. Durfee going to keep possession here. We'll see Nathan Kuchar serving.
That's
a great serve.
Yeah, he got a little rocket of a serve. In practice lately, he's been See how he goes all the way back to the curtain there so far. He's been really working on that. Oh, nice block.
That's a great block at the net from Nelson DiCarvalho. He had a good year last year, too.
Yes.
He was one that Coach Kelly was very impressed with in terms of his growth last year, going from, as a junior and now this year. I'm sorry, this year a junior, rather. Last year a sophomore, now a junior, and he'll be another one that, we'll get to see again even next year.
Yeah.
So
jumps very well.
Yeah. That's off the fingertips and out of reach as Nicholas Cardozo goes sliding down. The block was there, but it just deflected. Too much power from the boxers. And Fan Fan will serve now. That's a good swing from Nilanera. Well, it's really one of his first opportunities we've seen as well. DiCarvalho still in play. That's going to be number 3. That thing went back and forth like a pinball hitting the bumpers. Holy cow. And that's unfortunate because it was a good dig there, too, to keep it alive. But sometimes you just can't do anything with it.
Good pass.
Keys to Saunders, setting up Nera.
There we go.
And that's out of play. So Durfee gets the ball back. 15-11, and it looks like Saunders is going to serve. Saunders a lefty. Don't see many lefties.
No, and it's nice when you have a lefty setter.
Yeah. That pops back over. Nilan played it, and it just went. Now Cardozo flips it over, still alive. Ooh, soft touch. Nice dig from Nera. He read that one the whole way through the hand. Saunders, right place, right time.
There we go.
Oh, did it go out of play?
Nice.
No, it deflected. What a nice rally.
That was a great one. That was very good. Good defense there.
Oh, yeah, the defense saved the Hilltoppers for sure.
Up a lot of balls, yeah.
Well, as always, with the start of a new season here, we have a full slate of games that we're hoping to cover. Unfortunately, we can never cover every single one that we hope to, just because of weather or conflicting schedules, you name it. Oh, it hits the screen. It's still alive, though.
That curtain up there every year gets us.
Hilltoppers were really fighting for some points here. That one's going to Brockton, but
keeping it close, though. Keeping it close.
16-12. But, yeah, between boys volleyball here and then baseball and softball, we got some good stuff. Of course, softball is going to be played on field turf. Nera back-to-back. Out of play. Softball is going to be over at Cuss. Of course, everybody watching knows by now about the new Durfee and all the construction. So there are no more softball fields. The only fields that still exist here at Durfee, the football field, the practice field, and Skip Lewis Field for baseball.
The baseball field,
and depending on how much rain we continue to get. Poor Skip Lewis Field could be underwater for a while. So right now, Coach Elmschneider had practiced indoors in the curtain during JV on the other side of the curtain to our left here. And he said, if everything stays as planned, we don't have a home game anyway till like May 2nd, May 3rd. Because the last couple years, it kind of went back to Vic Pereira's last year as AD when we had all that snow.
Oh,
right?
That was so bad.
It was absurd. Yeah. And the field, we had literally, snow pack on the fields.
Right,
like by the end of March. They were still in here in April.
Yep.
And we couldn't play at home until literally halfway through the season. Every game got rescheduled for us to being away, games 1 through 10, and then we played 10 in a row at home.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, I say unfortunately because I really like a mix. It's difficult when, you got 3 weeks worth of games all at home in a row. Right. I can't be out there every single game. I have to give to other sports too. So I
Yeah.
like when we mix. And the last couple seasons, it has made it challenging. But sometimes, the way that field is, I think it's being done purposely that way now because the odds of us getting out there on April 1st is just very, very rare.
The weather's crazy lately. So.
I know. But nonetheless, softball's at Cuss as that goes into the net. Softball will be at Cuss, and Durfee hoping to get most of their games in here for baseball. I think they will. We usually do, even if we have to bring in that fence from left field a bit with the.
Oh, right.
We've done that before. Whatever has to happen. Durfee within 3. They've only led once, and that was after point number 1, and then Brockton grabbed 2 in a row and pulled ahead for good with the 2-1 score. So Durfee really trying to pull even. They've been close. No one's really gained any momentum, I would say.
No.
It's kind of just been.
We're kind of back and forth.
A couple good rallies we saw here.
Yep.
Maybe 5 minutes ago.
I mean, what was the most Brockton's been up? Maybe 5.
When Coach Kelly called timeout, it was 12-5, so 7 points.
Oh, 7. Okay.
Yeah, but since then,
Right,
Hilltoppers have outscored them 12-6.
Oh, there we go. Good get from John.
Could tie it up here. Keys with the soft.
Oh, nice idea. Good job. Smart play there. That's one thing Danny's definitely been reading, the block and making sure that he's not just swinging on everything. When you have a team like Brockton there, good jumpers, we have big kids, they block well.
Oh.
And
nice.
Sometimes you just gotta kind of tip that ball over the block.
Yeah.
You've got to use them and not just swing away.
That's right.
And he's done really well with that.
Johnny Karam there with a really good effort, but just couldn't get there. So Brockton back up 19-18.
Back to this good server over here from Brockton.
That's right.
Did a great little serve. He's young. I didn't realize. Just check that out. He's only a sophomore.
That's how to play.
Yep.
Yeah, 2022.
Great little player, though.
Actually, he's a freshman.
Oh, wow, 22. Jeez.
Right. That's crazy. So they got,
I was looking at the one underneath him. Yeah,
Thomas Pham, a freshman.
Goodness.
And he has had some good serves, that's for sure. That comes over, that goes out, and the Hilltoppers with their first lead in almost 40 points.
Oh my gosh.
Durfee led 1-0, and now a timeout by Coach Olson. Getting back to our spring sports schedule here, we got we're hoping, weather permitting, hoping to get to Diamond on Monday for softball.
Oh, nice.
As the Lady Bengals host the Lady Cougars from Conley. Always a good matchup when you get, both local teams.
Yeah.
And then right before vacation, the Diamond baseball team is hosting Conley. So hoping to get those 2 games in next week before we hit, Patriots Day week when we're off. And then we'll hit the ground running when we come back.
How about tennis? Where's tennis going to be playing their home matches?
Tennis, from what I've heard, they were toying with.
I know they've been practicing Bicentennial.
Okay, so they were practicing there. Then I'm actually not sure. Maybe does Jake know? Okay, Jake Fitzgerald running camera day. He said he thinks they're playing Bicentennial as well.
Cool.
But see, I didn't think they had that many courts. Like So Jake is saying, what they're doing is boys away, girls home, kind of splitting it instead of everybody home. And
perfect.
Yeah, so that with that case, you don't need so many courts.
Right.
I feel like I remember when they were redoing those courts. I feel like I remember them using BCC as well for a time.
Because
BCC's got some good courts down the back, way, past the pond. That extra.
Oh, I haven't been down to those courts.
Yeah, those have been there for a long time. I don't know the condition of them, but that parking lot, wow.
Oh.
And that's not going to count.
Put a carry on.
Yeah, that's a shame.
Andrew there.
That's a shame for Kiet Tai, too, because he took one off the head. He just got his bell rung, and it didn't even matter. It didn't even count for anything.
Oh, there we go.
That's a great swing, and that's a point.
Nice bomb there from Nillen. Brockton got their hands on that, too, and just fell right in front of them.
Well, that makes it a 2-point game. That's very important once you get up into the 20-point range,
Yes.
and it's this close. That's a nice serve for the Hilltoppers, and that was Nathan Kuchar. That's out of play. Brockton's got it, though.
Our JV game, second game.
That's right.
Was the end of that. I think the last score was a 32-30 for that game.
I believe it was.
It was a long one.
It was,
back and forth, back and forth.
And Durfee JV should mention that's out, and we're tied. Oh, Durfee's.
Oh.
They wanted the tip. A bunch of them did, but they're not calling
Couldn't
it.
see that from here.
No. I'm hoping. We don't know, obviously, everything, this, the new Durfee and the renovation of this building
right.
and the pool, it's a very fluid process. And one of the things, it's funny, after the Durfee New Bedford basketball game, which was just nuts in here, it was such a playoff atmosphere.
Oh, right.
And people everywhere, and where we sit here, the proximity to the court is fantastic, but sometimes we get screened, and it's difficult to see what's going on. And, of course, we had a pivotal point in that game. That is in. Nobody back for Durfee. Pivotal point in the game where New Bedford had the ball with, 4 or 5 seconds coming out of the timeout. They would have had the ball, and they're looking to take a shot to win it. And I couldn't see the court, so we're, we're trying to figure it out, trying to keep people back. And, Principal Matt Damaris said to me, he said, you guys really need to be higher. I said, believe me, I agree. I said, the problem is that the only place we can go really high is on our home bleacher side. That goes out, and Brockton has a set point. So the bleachers across from us, which we don't open for volleyball, those are opened fully. These are pretty much about the same, maybe a little further for basketball.
Right, for basketball, yeah.
But we have to keep the screen down for volleyball, so we can't bring these bleachers out as far. Long story short, when we went to Wellesley, that could be good. That could be trouble for Brockton. It's kept in by Kiet Ty, and wow, the Boxers keep it alive. Durfee playing for their lives right now, and that's coming back, and Brockton's going to take the first set. 25-23. That was a really strong first game. Good job by the Hilltoppers. They did battle back, but were unable to close the door. So that's a tough one there.
Good game one, though. Good game one.
Was a good game one. All right, we're going to talk a little more about the field house, and I'll leave you in suspense with what we saw in Wellesley for the boys' playoff game when we come back. So after the first set here, Brockton up 1-0. We'll have set 2 next on Fred TV. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back to the field house. Set number 2 about to commence here after Brockton took the first one 25-23. Again, they were trailing at the very end there and were able to power back and I'd say, I don't want to say steal it because it was, they had a commanding lead early, but it was a close game. They snuck away with it. We won't say steal, but they snuck away with it. So Brockton with the early 1-0 lead. And so Durfee got to play from behind. And I did the number one thing you shouldn't do is start a story at the end of a match or a set or, if it's baseball at the end of the inning or whatever. So we were talking about the renovations in this building, the new Durfee, yada, yada, yada. And when we went to Wellesley for the boys' playoff game, basketball, that gym, that school, I don't know, Jake and I were guesstimating it was maybe like a 10-year-old school or so. It was definitely new. It kind of made me think of Quincy when the girls when they had their playoff game there a few years ago and the big comeback, Brianna Kamara's team. And that's a great dig there from Bruno. But Durfee going to get the point. So, newer than this, obviously.
Right.
Much newer. And the gym was big. Well, on one side of the bleachers, both sides, there was enough room that both sides could open fully. So that's
Okay.
how wide it was. It was actually wider than this. It wasn't as long, but side to side, it was bigger gym. On one side of the bleachers, there was a perch.
Perfect.
Dead center. Never mind for basketball. How about for volleyball when you have an official who's 4 feet off the ground,
Right.
and we're not even, the camera's not even as tall as the official. We're always
Exactly.
looking through the official. So I showed Matt Damaris like the next week. I said, hey, guess what? And I showed him. He says, you're serious, right? I said, yeah, can you believe that? He says, that is so awesome. He says, send me that photo right now.
Oh, that's perfect.
So there's
Look
the photo.
at that.
Isn't that cool?
That's what we need.
I don't know if Jake, while we got a break here, if Jake can see this here. But this is the perch that we saw over in Wellesley. So it is hopeful that is that coming out all right? Good?
We've
All
got
right.
to show some contractors that.
Oh, I think that's that's why when Matt and I were talking, he said, "Oh yeah," he said, "Send me that right now because I'm actually."
Exactly. You need
He was
that.
on his way out to the site. I'm
Perfect.
like, oh yeah, cool. So hey, you never know. Again, these things we don't make the final decisions. There's
Right.
only so much you can ask for, but
But hey, we can suggest.
of course,
Nothing
yeah,
wrong with that.
That's a modernized thing, and what I look at that one, I think that one's actually like permanent, and the bleachers fold back like just around it, and it's just always
Right.
there. I think it's like built into the wall.
Yeah,
it's
that's
not part of the
awesome.
bleachers. So what I suggested to Matt was that one looked pretty small. There's really only enough room for like maybe one tripod.
Mm-hmm.
So I said, if we're able to, I said, it'd be nice to have like just the top row.
Yeah.
Have room for because it protrudes off the wall. That's the biggest thing is. So
Right.
we'd be forward. We wouldn't be on the back row. We'd be flat 3 rows deep,
Oh,
hovering over.
fancy.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no,
So-
that works.
So that actually makes it better because now you're forward, but still top level. Now you can see over sixth man who's standing right at the base.
Perfect.
Right, all that stuff.
Right.
So I suggested, though, one that might be a little wider because then we could fit a small. I mean, this table's like an 8-foot table. It fits the bleachers, but we don't need that. You and I could fit even, two
Right.
people could fit at a 4-foot
Oh, yeah,
table.
totally.
So a 4-foot table up there with 2 chairs and room for home tripod because, of
yeah.
course, we're home, we're in-house, so we get precedent over everybody, right?
Of course.
We have
Of
power,
course.
authority here in the field
That's
house.
a great idea, though.
Yeah, it was brilliant. We go to a lot of schools during the playoffs because we tend to have a lot of road games. Unfortunately, I hope we can get some home playoff games,
That'd be great.
in the future, some more home games. But, the road games, I like them equally because if we can cover them and, you don't have conflicting games because a
Yeah.
lot of them pile up, it's nice to see other schools. And
That's cool.
we've been to a lot of different schools. That's the first one I've ever seen with a perch built into bleachers
That's awesome.
inside.
That's
I
awesome.
really like. I think it's a great idea. I mean, Quincy was great because Quincy, like Somerset, has an upstairs walking track. So we
Yes.
just set up right upstairs, and we were in our own world up there,
Yeah.
hovering over the court. That was great.
Yeah, it's nice to see.
But you got to have a really tall gym to do that. Our gym
Right.
here, the field house is not, I don't think, tall enough for that. I don't think the ceiling, I think the scaffolding comes down a little bit too
The
much.
scout, yeah, that's in the way.
Oh, that was a great block, but too much power from Mr. Sten Bruno, number 10, who's going to serve now for Brockton. So anyway, it was interesting, though, to see that. And,
No, I like that.
here's hoping, because then that would change our angles. It actually looked really good. I do some games, I think I do some games for Dartmouth Community TV as well on the side,
okay, yep.
DCTV. And we tried to do football in the fall. I talked to the guys early in September when I did a soccer game with them. And I said, hey, look, football we're hosting you guys this year. I said, you've talked about a road game for a while. I said, there's plenty of room behind the press box for you guys to drive the van or the truck.
Right.
Behind it and set up. I said,
Yeah.
why don't we try to do that? We'll try to crew the game as much as we can with our students, get them experience, but we'll use all your equipment, with the replay and the live
Right,
graphics.
perfect.
It's a little more in depth than what we can do here at this time. And You know, so I talked to Renee, my boss, about it, and he was like, "Oh yeah, this is a great situation, great opportunity." And unfortunately, DCTV called us and said, "Hey, Saturday, the next day, we have a band competition at Dartmouth Stadium,
Oh no.
and we can't drive in the morning because of how many schools are going to be there. We got to be parked overnight."
Oh.
So in other words, we're not coming for the football game. I said, no. So I told him, I said, we're going to make it work that you guys come here for basketball, for boys basketball.
Yeah.
So we did get to do that.
Good.
And we set up on that side.
Perfect.
Because they had the truck, so the doors opposite, right side of the field house, they used those side doors and just ran cables in. That was wow! What a kill from Fan. But yeah, so we went on that side, and I'm glad we did because I wanted to see vantage point, how it would be. We've never done a game over there. We're always on right here, whether it's volleyball or basketball.
Yeah.
And it was such a great angle, and
cool.
I didn't miss seeing all the fans because there were enough on this side with the short bleachers.
Yeah.
And then you see the teams, you see the benches in the shot.
Exactly.
You're facing them.
Yeah, that's cool.
And then the scoreboard
Nice
on
to
the
see.
table was working, so we had the score right there. It was such a great angle. So now I want that perch even more because I really liked being on that side. For our multicam, we use that broadcast cart. It's kind of built in-house here, but we'd have to, modify a few things to go on the other side, whether there's a perch or not. But I really liked the angle, so I'm hoping that perhaps next year. I know for volleyball, it's kind of a moot point. We don't open those up. I'd love to. I think it'd be better
Totally
to.
could.
Yeah, I think it'd be better to. This is the time where this place is huge.
I mean, we could totally switch it up and put the bleachers and things. I mean, the benches on this side. Wouldn't it be?
Well, what the issue comes down to is the screen. Either way, you can't pull them out all the way.
Honestly, we could lift the screen. It doesn't have to be down.
Yeah, it just makes it difficult.
It's a lot easier, for the players with having that screen back there. But there's plenty of schools. Dartmouth High School does not have a, we don't have a screen when we play during the girls' season. So
yeah, I know it's one of those.
It's doable. You can.
But long story short, or what I was going to say is, with these bleachers, they're all connected. They're powered.
Right.
You go to Diamond, you go to Conley. They're all independent, so I could just pull out that middle. I could pull out those two middle sections enough for us to climb up.
To go up, yeah.
And you could still leave people here.
Right.
And nobody, it doesn't matter. But we can't. We don't have that ability here. So
right.
That's kind of why we're on this angle, this lower angle. I'd love to be a little taller. In fact, I think that side came out a little further than our side tonight. If we were 2 rows further out, Jake could be about 3 feet higher, but that's all right. Hope you're enjoying our banter at home.
Our biggest lead so far.
11-7.
Nice.
That drops down, make it 12-7. Hilltoppers trying to draw even here in set 2 after dropping the first one. And a timeout called from Brockton. 75 seconds for the timeout. Yeah, Durfee looking good, though, here in this second set. And they seem to be a little more in control than that first set.
Yep.
Making better decisions.
We have 2 big hitting teams, 2 tall teams. They're going to be blocking a lot, and defense is going to be key, I think, here. Picking up, balls that are blocked and just covering their hitters. That's going to be very important.
Well, Durfee breaks the huddle rather quickly. Things going well. Of course, Brendan doesn't usually keep him in the whole 75 seconds.
No.
Very rarely does he. He doesn't sugarcoat it. Coach Kelly gets right to the point.
Yes.
Right to the point. All right, let's go. Let's execute. That's it. Done. So, and having interviewed him plenty of times, talked to him pregame and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Right to the point. No nonsense.
Nope.
He almost never uses the whole time. All right, Durfee going to continue serving here. It'll be Saunders. Another good serve played by Bruno. The set to Fan Fan. And that is going to fall in.
Yep. We're going to have a lot of that today, and it's going to be tough. And it's tough for both teams to pick up a ball that's being hit or kind of ricocheted off someone's hands to that back corner is the most difficult spot you can get. It's any volleyball player will tell you that. When they're in the back row, that back corner is just, it's your enemy.
Well, when you're setting, right, if you're trying to defend one corner, everyone's going to naturally pull up because of where the ball's going to go, and you sometimes get somebody out of position.
Yep.
Brockton continues to serve now. A couple consecutive points for them. Keys plays it. Set from Saunders, far side. That is played by Fan Fan. Now the set from Pham.
Oh, good up.
Yep, good job there from Kuchar. Nillen's got to send it over there on the third touch. Setting up Bruno. Hello.
There you go. Trying to attack, and they're just...
The timeout has worked so far for Coach Olson. 3 consecutive points for the Big Bad Boxers. Oh, what a block in front.
That was a great
Florestal
block.
basically put up a wall right there.
That set was a little low for Nelson, but those Brockton Boxers were,
oh, yeah.
were
That's
right
out.
there.
And that breaks up a 4-0 run there. That got Brockton a little closer.
Yeah, we can't rely on those. We got to make sure that we're putting the ball away and earning these points here.
That's right. That's right. So John Karam going to serve now.
Good serve.
It's interesting. Everybody's techniques are so different.
Very
nice
different.
Up, coming down fast, and Saunders able to play it. It hits the
tough
antenna. Everybody's technique different. John flat-footed is his serve. Some people like to run and swing and hit it. I mean, it's just it's not always about who can hit it the hardest. It's about who's got the best technique. Coming back, that could be trouble. And we're tied. Brockton,
just like that.
Yep, Brockton was down by 5 at the timeout.
That rally score, man.
Yeah. 5.
Catches up on you.
It was 12-7, and Brockton's outscored Durfee 5-1 over the last 6, drawing even at 13.
Oh, nice spot.
That's a nice spot, yep. And I misspoke. It was 6-1. They outscored them. Now Durfee back ahead here as Thomas Michael comes back in. Durfee with a good crew up front here. Nillen, though, on the bench at the moment. Oh, nice tip back. How about that? That was Cardozo.
Those are tough. The overpass, no matter whose side. If we did that to Brockton, they'd be doing the same thing.
Oh yeah.
That ball comes close to the net, and that's all you got to do sometimes to get that point.
Having to back up on it was Ryan Trin. Oh, another block from Florestal.
Great job.
Keys just couldn't get it through. That's impressive. One time is nice. When you do it twice, now you've proven yourself.
Very, very good. Very nice block there.
Florestal, a junior, and he serves. Michael plays it.
Too.
Yeah, good serve. Keys has to wait on it. Couldn't use the set. That goes down.
Oh.
Miranda with the kill, and it's 15-all.
We're keeping it close, and sometimes it's nice to keep it close like this. It makes it more interesting. It makes it a little more fun. And you don't need to totally run away with it.
Nice dig.
Oh.
Bruno kept it going, and the Hilltoppers sent it long. Boxers back in front. Keys with the soft touch that time, trying to do something different. Oh, Michael plays it, and it's going back, back.
Great hustle.
Karam keeps it. It's not going to go over, and unfortunately, I think Thomas knows it probably was going to go out, but he ended up playing it. Good effort, though. 17-15. That might have been going out, too.
Oh.
I think it would have. Thomas was right on that line, and he played it at his chest. So I think that would have been out, and another timeout for the Hilltoppers. Well, the timeout worked for Brockton.
Hey, maybe now it'll work for us.
Yeah, maybe it'll work for Durfee.
When I would coach with Brendan, it was always he'd look over at me. Timeout now. Timeout now. Give him one more, and then we'd get the ball back. Oh, good call. and then timeout now. Yeah, timeout now.
That's funny.
And he always.
He wanted approval.
He just wanted to make sure that
like.
You think so? Timeout. I was always ready to give him another shot, and then they'd come back and get the point. So
sure.
He'd be like, okay.
All right, we'll keep. Well, wait.
Yeah,
do you get 1%?
We get two. We get 2 timeouts.
Okay.
Yeah. So you got to be kind of strategic at points to
yeah.
when you got to kind of stop the bleeding and when you got to slow things down. Even sometimes if you're on a big run and you see that they're getting a little hyped up, sometimes it's even nice to call a timeout and just bring them back down. You never know.
Yeah. Well, 18-15, a 3-point lead for Brockton. Keys going to send it over, and it's played by Florestal. Durfee get the point.
Double contact again. Had quite a few of those today in these first few games.
Well, we're going to see Cardozo. He'll get a chance to serve here. Flipped over. Cardozo reaches the set. Keys finishes. 1-point game. I think this is Cardozo's second time serving. He served at the end of the first set, if I'm not mistaken.
I think so.
Another lefty server,
yeah.
too. Nice soft serve. Look at that. Diving in was Ty. And kept it in. Keys sends it over. Nice job from Cardozo there to keep that one in. Look out. Bruno into the net.
Oh, almost knocking over the ref.
I know, right? Tied up, 18-18. Another good serve. That one just dropped right over as well. Oh, man. Hilltoppers. They baited him that time. They had Ryan Trin breaking, and then sneaking in the other side was Miranda to get the ball back. And Miranda barely, I mean, he just, light touch there, just flicked it over.
That's all you need. Find that open spot on the floor, find
that
hole, and you're good.
Bruno again sending it too far. It's so powerful.
Right.
Doesn't know his own strength. Danny Keys will serve now for Durfee. This would be a big one for Durfee to come back and win. You never want to go down 2-0, first of all. But, it's kind of like, it's all very similar to the first set, in a way. Durfee was down for a while and then finally came back. And this time Durfee was up and Brockton came back. So it'd be nice to see if the Hilltoppers can finish this one strong and not up the match at 1-all. Now the block in front, though, man. Brockton's defense has been very tough in this second set.
I'm not even sure. I don't know from I'm not even sure if that actually went over the net, if it was a block or if he just hit it into the net. I couldn't.
No, I think it went.
See, but
I think it would have come over. It looked like Miranda's hands were over the net and blocked it like that.
Oh, that
same
one was
type
up.
of thing. And that same thing again.
Right.
Man, so tough. So Brockton back up here, 21-20. And it's Pham on the serve again. That floating, nice. And it's played by Cardozo. Going to go to Nera. Another block!
And another block.
Hilltoppers can't get past this front line of Brockton.
We've got to try something else. Either we're
that's the thing now. Everybody's
working
lined
the
up.
angles. We're going for, we
that
just
goes
snapped
out.
the line. Yes.
Oh,
no,
it's
that was in.
Good call, Kelly.
Yeah.
I didn't see it. Good call. So Durfee gets it back. Critical point right there. That's a big point. I mean, you could be looking at 23-20 instead.
Those are tough. I mean, it hits the line, it's in. It's got to be completely out of bounds. So it's a good when you can push it there and get it just in the right spot. Nice.
Good block. There we tied. Yeah, the line, it's a good point. It's that the line is in play, just like with soccer.
Yep.
Just like with baseball. If it lands on the foul line, it's still in.
Right.
Absolutely. The foul poles. Tennis is in.
Yeah.
Any part of the line is in.
There we go. That was a good hit from Nillen.
Blocked,
nice
kick,
over that.
and kept in.
And it comes.
Oh, did that go out?
Out. Oh, so close. Tough for us to see on that side.
It is.
But
another good point of being higher.
Yes.
We'd be able to see the lines a little better. That's actually why, I enjoy, with soccer and football, being on top of the roof of the box.
Right in the
because
box, yeah.
you can see the far side so much better. Being indoors, well, I got a table to work with. I'm confined. It's a little more temperature controlled, but it's better. It's really better to be on the roof.
That's out.
That is very far gone. 23 all. Here we go, coming down to the wire. And the Hilltoppers, this is a good situation here because Durfee can really control it right now.
Right.
The key is
play
to
some
get
good defense and.
The key is to get number 24 here right now. Get your 24th point, and then you can figure things out. But you got to play defense.
Nice.
Blocked. Nice block in front. Clean block. That's coming back. This could be trouble. They have to send it over. Saunders is going to set up for Nera. Nera puts them ahead.
Swing.
Wide open back line.
He was up right over that block, nice and high. That's
a great set, too, from Saunders.
Great set.
And a timeout. Mind you, Saunders was serving there, so he made his way all the way back up front.
Yep.
To be able to set that. So 24-23, we got our third timeout of this set. Brockton using their second. No, their first.
Oh, their first.
I think we called two. Oh, no, they called.
Nope, they called.
When they were down 12-7.
Yep.
That's right. So Brockton's second. And they find themselves here in danger of being even after two sets. Kelly, you've played, you've coached. What's Coach Olson talking to the guys about? I mean, it's a critical point, right? I mean, it's not just like, hey, we can't lose this match. There's some technique here. There's important things. So what is he talking to? What is he saying to the guys?
Oh boy, that's a tough one.
All right, well, put yourself in the situation. What would you be saying?
It's all about kind of staying under control. I think, especially for younger players, they get really excited and then they start to move faster or almost over hustle on the ball when you don't really need to. So I think my biggest thing is just telling them to just relax and not not freak out. Just calm down. Each play, let the play develop. Don't force it. Good swing there.
Good swing.
Don't force anything and let it happen.
Good stuff. Good
Minimal
stuff from the
movement
coach.
is sometimes better.
It's off the antenna, and we're tied.
You know, I tell them all the time,
Yeah.
minimal movement, all that stuff like that. You were saying everyone has a different way that they serve, and it looks a little different. All the stuff beforehand, none of that really matters, you know, and it's where you contact the ball, the way you follow through. So it's keep it simple, minimal movement, and then you can't screw anything up.
Well, of course.
You know what I mean? More movement equals more chances for something to go wrong.
It's still in play. The Boxers are still alive on this.
They're pushing that to that corner.
Oh, my goodness.
We got to
And
stay
Thomas
nice
Michael.
and deep on that defense.
That's right. Wow, what a rally here.
Oh, nice. Nice. Oh.
That is out of play, and Brockton pulls ahead by 1. You got to win it by 2.
They're not giving up on this. They're not going to give up on it.
I like
but
what you're
both
saying.
Teams, they're fighting back and forth.
And for me, what I would be thinking too is, you know, it's an important point, but I would be thinking, think about it like any other point. Just do your job.
Just do
do
your
what
job
you need
at
to
that
do.
time. Yep. Nice. Bringing that back.
Bringing it back. Third touch. Oh, that was almost trouble right there. The set.
There we go.
Oh, played by Kiet Tai. Into the net it goes. And we're tied at 25.
This is like that second JV game.
It is really. I know.
We're going and going. The never-ending
It's been a good match.
game. It has been.
It's been a really
great.
good first 2 sets.
Yeah. And this is what it's all about. It's rally score. You want it to be close. You want it to be, you know, a fight for each point. It's the best part of it.
Yeah, I mean, you know, a 25-10 blowout is fun once in a while because it's quick, but it's not entertaining.
Yeah, no.
Keys not too
Great
hard there.
spot,
Oh,
though.
wow, it was because Tai
and that
went
was a great
sliding.
get from their libero.
Sending it backwards. Interesting. A little bit of trickery here. Into the net.
Oh,
that's
not going.
That's the 4th touch.
Nice.
Durfee with a set point yet again.
John's going to make sure he watches his feet here. That couple serves ago had stepped over the line, had a foot fault, so he gets very close.
He does. But that's part of being flat-footed. You're a little closer. You're not getting a running start. Well, that could be trouble. No, Saunders digs it out, and the Hilltoppers send it over right in front of the net. Flores. Oh, it falls.
Good touch there by Nelson, and just off the hand, not back on the other side of the net.
26-26. Aiden Froyo, number 4, going to serve. I think this is his first time serving. I don't remember seeing him out there before. Was he out there once before?
Oh,
that is
great
in
swing
with
by
authority
Danny.
Right by Kiet Tai yet again in that corner.
And you see he kind of went down the line on that one. He kept it right on that side, and that's where he needs to stay. His last big kill was also on that side, and not coming cross court where that libero is. He's a good libero. He's picking up a lot of stuff.
Oh, yeah.
So
look out for Bruno. That's gonna be played though. Gonna set it for Keys.
Here he comes again.
Nope, coming back this way. Didn't get a lot behind it. Bruno going for a swing again. Thomas Michael plays this, coming back to the net. Look out. Oh, right to the end of Cardozo. Keeps it going, and now we'll see Froyo set again. Far side. Coming back to Michael. Saunders going at Keys at the net.
Danny
Dug
with
out
a
by
big
Tai.
reach.
Blocked again, and the
there we
Hilltoppers
go.
take it. Wow, what an effort.
Nice job.
What an effort.
Great way to end that.
Oh, yeah.
Great way to end that.
28-26. We have to go to some extra points there to have Durfee get their first
that was
game
awesome.
here. Man. That's a really good second set.
That was nice. That was nice. Nice big block at the end, because good hits, and keep it coming like that. I like those games.
Well, the 1-1 tie ensures that we'll go 4, but we'll have game 3 next before that. So stick around. Third set starts now as Saunders with the serve, and the Hilltoppers drawing back even here now. 1-1. That one goes out of play.
Oh, he calls it with a touch.
Oh, he did call the touch. Good.
Bottom ref.
That's a big call there. Durfee starts off ahead. So the Hilltoppers tied it up, 1-1 after 2 sets now. Brockton took the first, 25-23, and the Hilltoppers needed some extra points to get it done in set 2, 28-26. And Saunders will serve again. Durfee up 1-0 here in the third. Evan Massoud and Kelly Bullier with you. Big 3, boys volleyball. That one into the net. You know what we haven't seen to this point is we haven't seen an ace. Both defenses have really been moving around.
One.
Did we?
I think we had one.
Was that when we were just gabbing?
I think so.
Okay.
I think in that second match we had one early. It was early on. So
talking about my perch here that I want. Putting the wish list out there.
Durfee had one. I think.
See, I don't recall, and that's bad. I should have remembered that.
They do a little ace dance, like they do a little,
yeah,
you know?
Of course.
And I think I remember seeing them kind of
all right, I trust
throwing
you.
their heels up and doing their little dance. But not many. So that.
No, I think that might have been the only one.
That's a good thing, I guess.
Well, it's showing the defenses are moving around and ready to play the ball. What it makes me wonder is, wow, that was a good dig from Trin.
Great hit and great dig. And
what it makes me wonder, though, is, the defense are moving around, but could the service games be a little bit more technical, a little bit better?
Yeah, we've had,
but we've had good serves.
They have great serves,
so,
yeah. Our serve receive on both sides has just been doing a good job. They're picking up those serves and getting good passes to their setters. So
2-2. And we'll see John Karam.
Oh, good pickup there.
Wow. All right, so you're gonna when we break this. Nice block from Keys.
There.
All right, so I thought you couldn't touch it twice, but is it because he released it and it was still on the net and played it? How does that work?
So when you the only time you can actually technically make a double contact or touch it twice, if you block, your original hit is your block. So now if that ball falls in front of you, you can play it.
But it looked like he touched it more than twice. I actually thought he touched it more than twice. I thought it blocked.
Oh.
I thought it hit the net, it ricocheted, and then he hit it a third time.
It could be the block, and then it could actually hit the net, and then he can play it off the net.
Okay.
Yep.
And it was another nice, he had a nice put back right there as well, Di Carvalho. So 4-2. Out. Oh, Thomas Michael getting the troops fired up.
Love it. They need that. Sometimes it's just one play or one person to get a little fired up, and it kind of lights a fire under all of them, and they just turn a switch, and it's great. We've had that in the girls' season too. I love seeing that.
One thing I've noticed, and I think, what a nice dive there from Thomas, and a whistle. I think they're calling the net.
On Durfee.
Yeah. Again, Coach Kelly, we mentioned it earlier. He was saying, that the togetherness of this group is like nothing he's had before. And that's not to take anything away from previous teams, but I mean, it falls in. There's an ace.
Yep, there's your ace. So Durfee has one now, Brockton has one.
There you go. But I say this because what I'm noticing, and now, especially now that Durfee's back kind of in front of us as we switch sides again, the communication is ridiculous. I mean, every one of the guys are talking. Now, there, it broke down a bit on that ace. But they were all communicating well. 5-5, tied up again. And that's something I'm impressed with, though, because you got to talk.
Yeah, it's so important.
If you're all looking up at the ball, you're not looking at each other, so you got to communicate.
Yes.
That's going to fall in as well, so every point I make, they're making liars out of me here. They didn't talk that time.
They got another ace.
And another ace, Let's go, guys. I've been good to you. Don't make a liar out of me. That's man, the whole.
It's tough. I mean, you've got to have that court sense when you're back there. You got to know how many steps you are off that back line without having to look at it, and you got to know as soon as that ball is above your waist. If you're back there, it's probably going out of bounds. If you're jumping, you know, it's tough. It's a
And it was taking Thomas back already.
Right,
Actually.
right.
So that's a good comeback there from Keys. But what was ironic is we saw him going up, and our
like,
reaction,
no.
and Brendan and the whole bench, no, the hands went back all at the same time.
It's funny. You'll see some players, some liberos, or some back row players that are playing the middle back. They'll actually wow, that was a nice one. And you'll see this in college. They'll actually stand sometimes right out of bounds. My coach
Can you do that?
When
and
I
come
played,
back in? That's allowed.
I would stand. She'd have me stand right on the line, the end line, or right out of bounds, because then you can see everything, and then you kind of run into the court to play your defense, so you really know.
That's out. That's a
Yeah.
Man, he's got so much power though.
It's a great serve.
It is. And that's probably his best of the night, even though it didn't go in. He took a little off, and he had that real sharp downward movement.
Yeah, a lot of top spin on that.
Yeah,
It was great.
His first few that sailed ended up like on the basketball boundary, not the volleyball. But no, that's interesting though you're saying that, because I've never seen anybody in high school do that, and I think that's actually kind of brilliant to be a little bit behind, because then at least you always see the line.
Yep.
And you'll
Get
know
as far back as you can.
Of course.
Yep.
I mean, you're going to know if it's going to be there or not, because you can see it.
Yeah, everything's in front of you, and
That's interesting.
You know exactly how many kind of steps you are off that back line. I had one of my players, years back, that she'd put her heels right on the back line. She'd take a step or two in, so she knew exactly where she was. And that just comes.
Look at that
nice,
tie from
nice
Cardozo to keep it alive. We're tied 8-8. That's out. And Thomas didn't touch that one. He knew it. He called it right away.
right away. Yeah, it just comes with experience and just being on the court and knowing where those lines are. And
that one's going. Now it's a hot ball to play.
Yeah.
And Thomas had to play that one. That's for sure.
Sometimes reading, like, Thomas looked like he was reading it as he was almost going, to the right, and he wanted to
had to redirect.
Look for that, and then had to redirect himself to go to the left.
9-9 as we continue to go back and forth.
Yeah.
Quick
This
pause
is
there.
going to be a full 5 tonight. I feel it.
We'll see. I started thinking that about JV, and it didn't happen. Durfee back up now by 1.
Oh.
Well, I thought that was a pretty good set
carry.
there. They call him the carry, but I mean, it didn't release as quick as some of the others.
Right.
But I've seen much more.
Yeah. Sometimes on kind of how far down you bring the ball to, and we call it a deep dish.
Yeah.
We have our technical names for it.
No, that's
you
it.
know what I mean? And Andrew has a tendency to bring the ball down almost below his forehead.
Yeah.
And so that sometimes can.
Well, same thing just happened to Brockton.
Yep.
So
and then they had the double contact. Yeah. That's what you're going to see. You're going to see them put their 2 fingers up for kind of a double contact where they almost hit one hand then the other, or kind of lifting their hand to a carry. That's going to get your calls for your setter.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you I have to say the officials have been excellent today.
Yes. Yeah.
They've been excellent because we've had some questionable calls.
Right.
Not so much with volleyball because, especially having the one official up high, I think helps.
Yep.
But
they can see right down that net. They can see if your hand actually touched the net or touched the ball. So much better than what we can. And some people from the stands you can't see that, and people don't realize it. And I mean, if they miss a call, they miss a call. Like that's everybody. But it's tough.
Whoa.
That was a nice hit.
that went down about 45 degrees. That was a great kill right there. No,
and
but seriously,
seeing it off the line.
Yeah.
Back line is tough. The glare on the floor, depending. When Taunton had orange lines painted on a wood floor.
Oh, that's rough.
You know, or yeah, you want to tell, like, that is not an easy thing to
No.
see.
Nice
good
job from DiCarvalho to keep it alive there. Playing at the net. Keys off the fist. You know, I have to say, though, this is one of those sports that...
Nice again.
That's trouble.
Oh.
I really believe that...
Oh. So I think Coach Kelly's arguing here that the setter, number 15 there, Andrew, he tried to run on kind of the other side to bring the ball back. I'm not sure.
I didn't see that.
When that rule, they've changed that rule so many times, called a pursuit rule, where you can run up to the bleachers or to the bench on that side to bring a ball back, but you can't run past them. And you can now not run on the other side.
The other team.
Right.
Well, I mean, that makes sense. That's their boundary.
Where if before you could actually go onto that side, as long as you were bringing the ball back, you could run onto that side and have to bring the ball back over in between the antennas. But they've since changed those. They change rules all the time, I feel like.
It's like the NFL.
We have some new ones coming for girls' season.
Oh,
so,
yeah?
Yeah.
All right. Interesting. No, I really think this is, I mean, of course, the MIAA, you know, they only have so many officials, right?
Right.
But a sport like this, I think you should have 3. You should have the one on the ladder and one on each at the back, on each, like they do in the playoffs. Having 2 officials
here and then having the lines judges, And the lines judges can hurt you, or they can, you know, it can be great for you, because I did, when I first started coaching years ago, I was a line judge for a tournament game. They just needed some people.
Yeah, nice dig from Danny.
And so I went and, nice.
Nera with the point.
Mr. Pelland was our referee and another ref, and they were up, and I was on the back line, and we were at Bishop Fian, and whatever team it was served the ball or hit the ball, and the girl at the end, right in the back court, turned to say that it was going to be out, and that ball fell right in on the line. Ooh!
Nice block.
That was a nice block.
Hilltoppers building a bit of a lead here midway through the third.
That was great. And he was ready to call it out, and I was right there with line, and I was like, nope, that was in, and everyone, you know, was screaming about it, but she knew it too. She turned around and was right there, and he said from up there it looked like it was out, and
yeah, so well, naturally, if it's going away from you.
Yeah, it's nice to have those people there.
You know, it amazes me. It absolutely amazes me. The technology that tennis on the broadcast,
TV?
when they challenge it, and then that they have a replay that quickly.
Quickly.
The thing is that it's not even an actual replay. It's a simulation.
Right, like a digital.
It's animated.
Yeah.
Like you would think if they have that kind of technology, they would have some
for everything.
You know, slow-mo camera pushing like 1,000 frames a second, and you would see the ball, the actual ball land.
It's
I
crazy.
am amazed that they can do that. It's really incredible stuff.
Oh, off the fingers again.
Nice job, Danny, on the back line, playing it. DiCarvalho tried to get the kill, tried to just loft it over, and it's still in play. Fan. Now that was Trin.
Oh,
it's going back again.
Oh, no.
It falls. Really good effort, though, because everybody was everywhere.
Yeah.
There was a lot going on that rally.
Sometimes the biggest thing on those, and really trying to turn your body to face the net. As soon as you try to go up sideways or with your back to the net, you kind of lose where you are.
Now, there's the negatives with somebody tall in the back.
Sometimes,
for Keys, that was basically right at his waist, and he didn't get down enough. You know, someone like Thomas, who's a little bit shorter, that would have been right in his wheelhouse. Nera, another kill, working this side very well. And the Hilltoppers back in front by a point, and they'll get to serve.
Those are working for him. He's gotten a lot of those tonight where Brockton is getting their hands on it, but it's falling in front of them. And it's almost when you see where Nillen is actually hitting from, he's off the net quite a bit. So I think the boxers are actually jumping with him, and they're up a little too soon. You know?
Well, or even if you're simultaneous, if you're that high with Nara, but the ball's moving down, hello, you're going to miss.
Off, right?
You're going to hit the wrist. You're not going to hit the
Exactly.
hands, and it's going to deflect. No, I see what you're saying, and that's that's a tough serve. A little short. But that's important, though. I mean, working the corners, we say working the line here.
Right.
When you're working your side, if you're able to curl it in, I mean, no one's going to get there.
Right,
You know, and
nice. Great swing from Danny.
Really.
Danny's got so much power on that outside in the middle. I mean, he's been doing such a great job.
that was one of his best of the
Yeah.
match. That was really strong. We'll keep the rotation going. DiCarvalho going to take a break. Just saw Marcelo Cardozo come in.
Yep.
Number 17. He's closest to us.
Oh.
19-18. Boxers with a chance to tie now. And it's Bruno on the serve. That one into
short serve for him
wow.
too.
Oh, and he's frustrated. Can't figure out the
It was
serving.
almost like he rushed that a little too much. And
Can't figure it out today. Either too long, too short.
Right.
That's a
Oh!
great serve. Hey,
Whew.
that's an ace.
It is. It is a good one at that. Those are the toughest ones. You're like, you want to stand there like what's the big bad wolf and like
Yeah,
blow
right.
on it. So you're hoping that it goes over the net.
Exactly.
You know, it just like trickles over.
We do that with golf all the time.
Right.
When that putt's just a little short, like, come on, come on. Where's the wind when you need
Yeah,
it? You know?
exactly.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, we're not getting any wind in here. Remember
No.
the days when you couldn't hit the net on the serve?
Well, you know,
Do-
it's funny you mentioned that. So, oh, shoot, where was I? I was with my dad. We saw volleyball. So we were somewhere. Gosh, I can't remember now. And they said, and he said to me, I thought, now you
Thought
can
you
kick
can
the
hit-
ball.
Yeah.
You can
yeah.
kick it and it's in play. And I said, yeah.
Yeah.
And I remember
Any part of your body, yeah.
Yeah.
Your elbow, your shoulder.
I think he thought. I think it was my dad. I'm trying to remember, but somebody had said, oh, "Wow, you can kick it." I didn't
Right.
think you could kick it and it would count to still be in play. I thought you had to play it with your
Right.
hands. So that was. He found that interesting.
There's been a lot of rules. Yeah, back in the good old days of the
Mm-hmm.
90s when I was playing here, when we weren't playing on this middle court and
That's
we were
right,
actually
down
on the
other
side court,
Uh-huh.
it was side out score, so you had to serve in order to score a point, and the games were only to 15, and
Wow.
the serve could not hit the net. It couldn't hit the net and go over. That would not count. You had to get that ball over the net.
All right, now this is gonna. I've heard the term a couple times, but I don't hear it much anymore, and I just can't recall. I'm drawing a blank. Explain to me side out, because I've heard it. I know, and it's probably like the most basic thing.
Yeah.
But I just don't. I'm drawing a blank.
So-
Sorry. First volleyball match of the season here.
No problem. So
Dear Lord.
when if Durfee's serving,
Yeah.
and we score the point, we still get the serve back and we get our point.
Yeah.
Right, like we did just now. Yeah.
Yeah.
If Brockton were to win the point on our serve,
Yeah.
it would then be a side out. It would be their
Okay.
ball. However, back then they wouldn't get the point
Oh, so
on that side out. They would not get that point.
oh, all
so
right.
they
So,
would
so
then
on,
have to
on the air or
serve.
whatever, they have to serve to get their
Exactly.
point.
They'd have to serve to get their
I
point.
understand. Okay.
So
and that's
games
where
were
I was
only
getting.
to
That's where I was
15,
getting confused here.
and
Okay.
they were much longer. Yeah. But
So-
they were fun.
Oh, I'm sure they were, but that now I understand why the lower point totals are needed.
Right.
Wow, such a great block.
Great block.
And an even better job by Brockton to keep it going. They're down by 5 here. That's out.
That's
Did it
out.
get touched?
That's
I
out.
don't think so.
No touch there. No touch. Did not touch
No,
that.
officials are saying no, and now Bruno's
didn't
going
see
to question the
anything from
official.
I'm not sure who they think touched it, if they thought
don't
that
know.
someone at the net did or if they thought that maybe John did in the back row.
Yeah.
But I don't think so. I think he pulled his hands away in enough time.
Set point for the Hilltoppers. They could pull ahead 2-1 here
Nice.
with a commanding lead.
Oh,
This could be
that would have been
trouble.
out of bounds.
It would have been. still in play. Hilltoppers can try to set it here. Keys for the win.
Nice,
Oh, what
Danny,
a play
and
by
that's
Bruno.
out.
It's out. Hilltoppers.
Nice. Great
Take a
swing
2-1
from him out of the
lead.
middle.
That was a dominating third set
That was great.
to win it by 7 points.
Awesome. I don't think Jack's too happy with that.
No, coach
with the
is
play,
really not
with
happy.
that call. Oh, and he's getting a yellow card for that one.
Well, you can't be yelling.
No,
I'm sorry. I mean, I
Nope.
know he's been doing this a long time, but
No.
you can't do that.
not at the refs.
No. And that's one thing with volleyball.
They don't take that.
There's
There's zero.
zero lip.
Nope.
You don't take any of that stuff.
Players cannot talk to each other through the net. That's a no way, and you don't mess with the refs in volleyball.
That's right. All right, well, a fun third set. Durfee pulls
Yeah.
back ahead. Or I should say they pull ahead for the first time in the match. They're up 2-1. We'll take a quick break. Set number 4 next. Set number 4, here we go. Hilltoppers with a fairly dominant ending to set number 3.
Yes.
Coach Olson was not too pleased with one of the calls and ended up getting a yellow card because of it. And
That was out.
we'll see if him getting fired up kind of fires up the Boxers a bit.
Maybe.
They start off ahead here in this fourth set. They got to win to continue, otherwise Durfee will take the match. Durfee 2-0 here. This is Brockton's first match. But Durfee 2-0 on the season. They've already got 2 under their belt. So Evan Massoud and Kelly Bullier with you for boys volleyball here on Fred TV as we kick off our spring sports coverage. Another good block. I tell you, Durfee's game in front of the net.
Yes.
Their blocking and their play right at the net has tightened up so much
Awesome.
from the end of set 2. It carried into set 3, and you
Right.
just saw it again right there. Brockton's getting almost nothing. If it's not over the hands, it's
Right.
just hitting the
It's
hands
hitting the
and it's
hands.
getting blocked.
Yep,
They've
yep.
really buttoned that up.
That's great. And that's your first line of defense, You need that up at the net, and then the back row can do their job. And
That might have been
That's
going out. That was going. Oh, that's a tough kill right there.
Right.
That was Edgar Perez, number 11.
that was nice. And even Danny got his hands on that.
He
It
did.
just happened to kind of angle off, but that's their job. Get it to hit their hands and.
Froyo will serve for the Boxers.
Oh, what's happening?
Maybe something with the scores table here.
Yeah.
Yeah, we see our official making sure. I think, it's always I remember I asked Brendan once, I said, Coach, I said, how do you score volleyball?
Oh.
He says, you don't want to know. I said, oh, come on. He says, no, really. He says,
It looks crazy. It looks crazy
I've
when
seen
you
the
look at the
sheets.
sheet. If
Yeah.
you look at it, you're like, and you've never seen it before. You're like, what in the world is this? For the layman's
Yeah.
people that haven't played it before or haven't seen it before. But once you start doing it, it's actually quite easy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, for me, I just, I always look for talking points, and, I guess kind of like with football. Like with football, I try to write down the drive as it's happening, but it's like there's so much happening that
Right.
after like the first drive, I end up just stopping. And I at least just write down, what that final play was. If it was a
Right.
20-yard run into the end zone or a 5-yard pass for the touchdown, something, just so I got some kind of note on who did it, because it just that's deflected.
That was nice.
That was off of Kiet Tai. And if it didn't hit him,
Great
it might have been
swing.
out. Durfee back
Danny was
ahead.
up there.
Yeah, he certainly got a good hit on that one.
I feel like he's been jumping a lot higher. Or maybe it just looks that it's so much higher because now he's coming from the outside instead of the middle this year. And Brendan and I both have, been saying that. And
Yeah.
Brendan said, you should see him jump.
Oh, that's out.
It's crazy.
Little strong there from Cardozo.
Oh, and an early timeout from Coach Kelly.
Yeah, wow. Did he call timeout?
Did he just call timeout? Yeah. Maybe not.
When the clock started, it says 1:10. Wasn't it 75 seconds? It shouldn't be 1:15?
Oh, he didn't.
Oh, he didn't. So maybe
that
they
was
thought.
just the ref thought
might
he
have
heard
thought
it?
maybe.
I was going to say a 3-3 and he's calling a timeout. What's going on?
Right.
That's not like him.
No. We've already discussed this.
We've all discussed this.
Oh,
There we
man.
go.
That's funny. Oh, Bruno was ready to go, and he caught the defense napping.
Oh, that's tough. Defense is gonna see that. They're gonna look at their setter first and really see where their setter is putting that ball.
Yeah.
To see if it's close to the net for the hitter or if the hitter is.
I don't know what happened
boy.
there. That we've seen this. That's one thing we've seen a couple times here.
The communication there. I always tell my girls, that as far as my libero, you're the libero. That's your job. Pass every ball. That's my thought on it, because that's literally their only job. You know, like they can't play in the front row.
No.
So they're back there because they're a good passer, and so I want them taking the majority of the passes. So when there's a miscommunication, I always usually blame it on my libero to say, hey, it's your job to make sure you're calling that right away, or you're you know, deciding on whose ball that is.
Well, 3 straight points for Brockton here on, I'd say 3 straight miscommunications, basically, which is kind of rare because it's been a pretty clean match.
Right, and that's not where you should be losing, losing your points right now in a game like this.
Well, you don't want to go to the 5th set. I mean,
no, not at all. Nice.
That's big right there.
Nice swing.
Get control back.
Yep.
It was off the hands, off the block, which means you hit it
it
too strong for them to handle. So now see Cardozo serving. Oh,
what?
You take a step.
Oh, I didn't see that.
It sure didn't look like he crossed that line.
I don't think he crossed the line. I think he was over. So as we're looking to the left, past that little hash mark.
Gotcha.
He might have been over too far that way when he made contact with the ball.
Yeah, that's exactly, I think, what he's being told.
Because I was going to say, I didn't see him.
No, he certainly had it off well before the line.
Yeah, so he was too far over.
Yeah. So Brockton gets the point there.
Oh, silly.
Yeah.
Silly little mistakes we got to clean up now. Good pass, though.
Mm-hmm.
Off Danny hands again.
Yeah, Fan's been tough up front. So is Bruno. They're the 2 strikers.
Yep.
They've been really tough. Now Bruno going to serve. We'll see if he's now the 13, timeout.
Not very tall.
No, but he really gets up there. He like springboards it.
And strong.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just need that good reach and good follow through and kind of snap on the ball, and you don't, I guess, necessarily need the height all the time.
That's right.
It's nice to have, though.
Well, that was a quick.
You can't teach the height.
Yeah, right. Quick timeout again from Coach Kelly. I mean, really quick. Didn't even use half the time.
He wants to get this going, too.
Well, yeah. So 8-4, and Brockton with the ball.
Hopefully we can side out here and get the ball back. Good pass.
Oh, what a block.
Danny blocked.
There he is, Miranda up at the front. Miranda and Florestal, 8 and 17. They both have been tough up front when they get to the middle of the net.
Doing very
and this
well.
could
That's
be
a nice serve.
That's a great serve. That's probably Bruno's best serve of the match. I'm going to set him up now again. Another block of the net.
They're getting their hands on it. Good.
Dug out by Ty.
He's going to go over with the short one.
That's out. Nice read there from Cardozo. And it's going to be Key's turn to serve. Nice serve. Bruno digs it, Ty lofts it, and now Bruno going to send it over. And Keys plays it. Going to set up Nera on the far side. Gets it to go over. Trouble. Oh, it's still in.
No.
Ooh, that's saying it hit the ground.
Yeah,
Oh, I thought Danny was under it.
The ref stand was in my way. I
Yeah.
couldn't see that play
It
at
really
all.
looked like he was under it. But he's not arguing it. He must know it hit.
Right.
10-5, Brockton. Going back to Nera. Soft touch.
Nice.
It ends up going backwards. And now Fan sends it over.
Oh, that was a carry.
Yeah.
wasn't under that far enough, and kind of took that at his chest almost.
Right.
It looked like from this angle.
That was better.
That was better, yeah.
Good
Nice.
swing. That's big trouble. Still in play.
I don't know if it's gonna make it over. Ooh,
Oh
that
my
was
gosh.
close. Great hustle there. Great
Ricocheted
hustle.
off the glass of the basketball net.
Yep.
That's up, mind you. Man, that was nuts.
That was a good hustle.
That was good.
hustle. That was a nice hit by Nillen.
Yeah.
Just keeping it on that side, and if you're watching and where the defense kind of sets up, the setter is
Yep.
always in the back right corner. So number 3 there for Brockton was in that back right corner. So if you hit your first ball towards that setter, you're kind of taking your setter out of position. They have to play the ball first, and now someone else has to actually set the ball. So it's always a spot to go to when you can get that setter out. Oh, Nillen with his feet.
Little soccer move right there from Nera.
Keeping it going.
That's a good rally. Here we go, Fan, big power.
Man.
He gets the point. (12-6). Brockton getting a big lead here.
Adjust their block a little bit on him, and I think that might be able to get him.
Right. Hey, we'll see.
Pass.
Long way to go.
Nice one
That's
from
in.
Nillen.
Perfect placement right there.
Yep. And that's what you need sometimes. I think for the boys too, they like to hit the ball.
Of course.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They want it to look cool. They want it to go straight down. They want to hit it as hard as they can. And sometimes you tell them, I would tell them all the time, you can hit it as hard as you can. It could hit that back curtain.
Yeah.
But that's not going to get you the point. What's going to get you the point is putting it on the court where no one's standing.
Yeah.
So sometimes you just got to take a little off, and it might not be that big bang that you're looking for.
Yeah.
But it's going to hit the ground, and it's going to get you the point, and that's what you need. So Nillen just taking a little bit off and really aiming for the back corners of the court.
Yeah.
Because their defense is playing up is what's going to get them the points right now.
Well, that Floriso might have hurt his wrist a little bit there. Kind of shaking it off. That one into the net, so Durfee keeps it. But you're right. It's all, like with any sport, it's all about mechanics and technique.
Yeah.
You can't just go up there full board and expect to.
Wow. A lot of net calls today. A lot of net calls. And from our angle, I didn't think that he was in the net. Didn't look like that. But we can't see that good from here.
Yeah, right. Too low. Too low. Actually, it's more of the off angle.
That ref stand is pretty big.
It is.
It's
And you know what it is?
wide.
It's more of the off angle. I think
Yeah.
if we were dead center and higher, again, that's.
Oh, yeah,
you know,
we see it much better.
yeah. Oh, man.
There it was again.
That's a tough one right there, too, from Perez. He's had a couple late in this match.
Yeah, they haven't set him too much in the back, and now that they are, he's doing really well.
Good serve.
Very good.
Going out to Cardozo.
Oh, short one there.
Mm-hmm. Nera
Nice.
finds the
There it is
core.
again.
14-9.
One at a time, just plugging away. Each point.
And Durfee needs a little bit of a run here.
Yeah.
Get them at least a little closer. And Karam on the serve.
Oh, his feet, his feet. I saw that. Yes, yes, you did. I just want to yell at him, you did, Johnny, you did. Back up. Just take one step back.
Oh, 15-9. So that negates the points right there. And now Brockton back in control.
Oh, tough one. Nice.
Oh, man, it's still in.
Oh, there we go. That was a good one. And he's off.
Back to Keys.
Nice.
Brockton recovers very well.
Yes, yep.
We've seen it get back and start sailing backwards a number of times, and they've been able to corral it, and they reset and just send it over, you know?
Yeah, and even if it's that free ball over, they're at least keeping it in play.
They've been very, very good.
Good, Danny.
That's beautiful.
There we go.
That is beautiful.
That's what they needed.
Now Thomas. Thomas will serve.
Nice little serve. Little spot. There we go. They get a little excited for those aces, you know?
Of course.
You gotta have a little,
Now,
little
see,
fancy cheer now and again.
I always thought an ace was something that was not returned at all. It was if, you know, hit the court on the serve, not returned and out of play on the serve, but still an ace.
Yeah.
It's still cool. 15-12.
Off their hands again.
Coming back. Oh! Those fingers gave.
Yeah, that should have just been a overpass, forearm pass over, dump it deep into the court.
Well,
on a third ball, yep.
Got them back a couple points.
Oh, and a missed serve.
We're going to get it right back again.
Give him another one.
So 3-point game. Again, if the Hilltoppers can come back and win this one, the match is done.
Yeah.
Durfee up 2-1. That's a good serve. I like Cardozo's serves. High arcing serves, not a lot of spin. Oh, it's blocked at the net by Miranda.
He's doing a great job at that net tonight.
Now, see, we've seen rotation in terms of serving a couple times, but Miranda hasn't moved in the last two possessions. He's been dead center. I thought everybody had to move.
He does. He moves. He just might not necessarily be serving. I think he gets subbed out, or the libero is switching on.
Oh, is that
on his serve?
Gotcha.
So he's not actually serving.
No, but
so that's why
he's been dead center of the net,
so it
like
seems,
constant. He hasn't moved from that spot. I was going to say, I've seen Durfee move a lot more, the whole rotation. That's why I'm questioning it. That was tipped, but it's still playable.
Ooh.
That's going to be tough.
There
Play!
we go.
It drops down.
That's all he needed.
And Danny Key's going to get to serve again here. 18-14.
Yep. Nice spot.
That's it.
Nice
spot. That's a true ace right there. Drops right in.
Perfect. That's what he needs.
I actually have to be honest. I thought that was going to go long, and it just died.
Yep.
I really thought it was going to go a little too long that time.
Yeah, they're playing pretty high up into the court. So Danny's got a lot of room back there, especially in that right corner.
Yeah.
And he's going to try to go there again.
Well, they plugged it up that time. They really closed it off. Going to set up. Miranda.
Nice
oh, what a block. Keys keeps it
up.
in.
Nice job. Good
sprawl
out there for that one.
Split second reaction. Miranda again. Is that out?
Oh, we were in the net.
Woo.
I think that was in, but we were also in the net. They get excited when they, they're in the front there, and sometimes tend to almost push their hands forward too fast or kind of swing their arms a little and end up in the net. A lot of body control you need at that net.
Yeah. 19-15. Into the net. Well, that's a tough break for Brockton.
Staying aggressive there. He really wanted, they wanted that attack, but sometimes you got to dial it back and know when to just keep it in play and know when to really go for the attack. A tough serve there.
Oh, flipping it over, trying to catch Durfee napping. Nera, it's blocked. Dropped to the net by Miranda yet again.
I have a feeling Coach Kelly be working on lots of covering on, on the block and covering their hitters tomorrow in practice.
Yeah. Oh, didn't get it over.
That was like the perfect spot.
It was. That's a tough break.
You knew exactly where we wanted to go with that.
And it's kind of a risky move knowing you're down by 4. You got to hope that it gets over, and it didn't. Going to set up Nera, it looks like. That's
nice. There we go. That's the spot he needs. He's been hitting those.
Yeah.
He's nice and tall. He's especially if who's on that side right now. I think it's number 11 on that right side on the defense, and
Perez.
He's going right over the block. He's so tall, and that's the corner. That's the spot to put it.
Saunders will serve. Oh, that was
nice.
Beautiful.
Good block there.
Cardozo. It's 21-18. They got to string together a couple more here.
If we can push a few here, get it tied up again, and get a little bit of momentum back.
That's right. It's crunch time. Another good serve. Saunders has been very good with the serving tonight.
Very consistent.
Yep. Coming toward the net.
There we go.
They do get the set. Nera.
There it is. Nice job. Nice swing.
He beat Kiet Tai again.
Yep. And he's a very good libero. He's been all over the floor tonight, picking up a lot of their hits and doing very good.
Timeout for Coach Olson. With a tight one here in game number 4. The Hilltoppers trying to crawl back, tie up the game, and maybe take the match. 21-19 the score right now. No, I mean, it's been pretty close, really.
Yeah.
The whole match has been quite close, really, with the exception of, again, toward the end.
I know, it's really anyone's game at this point.
Yeah, the third was, 25-18.
Right.
The 7-point win. That's a big win.
Right.
But Durfee was never up by 7 the whole time either. Again, they kind of, pulled ahead late.
Right.
And opened it up.
And we've had, a few little miscommunication issues in this
yeah,
game
they gave some points away.
A couple of those, but when you have good teams, it's like this. It's you keep it close, and it's 2 great teams here.
It was when it was 3-3. We had 3 points in a row that Durfee just kind of gave away.
Exactly.
And made it 6-3. And right now, that could be the difference.
Right.
And they could be up by.
And they were just a simple, ball hit the floor on the serve because we didn't know who was going to pass it. And Yep.
Okay, Saunders back at it. Good serve again. Setting up.
Nice. Good block.
And they'll set it up again now. Oh,
Good
another block.
Again.
Man, very impressed.
A third.
That could be trouble. It is. That's a tough break because they had Perez twice and Florestal once, and they blocked them all 3 times. Now on to the defense. Down by 3. Blocked.
Oh.
And it's 23-19.
Yep. We're getting these big blocks from Brockton. We need to make sure that we're staying nice and low behind our hitters, and so we can get ready to pop that ball back up.
Wow.
But that was out.
It looked out, but it must have hit an error on the way back down. Did we get the point? Oh, we
got it.
Durfee
We got
did
that,
get the
yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yep, that was
Durfee
out.
did get the point. And that's huge because you'll be looking at a set point here. So,
yeah.
So Karen will watch his feet.
Oh, I know.
Feet are good.
That's it. Just
good
take
serve.
a step back.
Bruno.
Bomb
wow.
on that one. That was great.
So 24-20, a set point for the Boxers, trying to force Game 5.
Yep. Oh, with the overpass there.
They got it.
They did.
25-20.
Game 5 we go.
We do. You said you felt it. That's
I did.
funny.
I did.
So a tied 2-2. We'll go to the 5th. And we're going to keep it right here. We won't take a timeout. We'll keep it right here. So, this being it's 1st to 15.
Yes.
So it's a shorter set.
Yep. We switch sides on 8.
That's right. Yep. So we'll have to play the 5th to decide the winner here. If memory serves from last year, Durfee, I don't think they lost a set in Big 3, did they? I think they swept Brockton both times. I'm pretty sure. I know
I'm
that
probably the worst person to ask. Coach Kelly could tell you.
Oh, he could know. I know that.
He could tell you what my senior year record was when I played. I'm not even joking. You're laughing, but it's totally true.
Funny.
He could tell us that, and we could ask him at the end of the game, and he would know that information. I, on the other hand,
I'm almost certain.
Can barely remember my season
Oh my gosh.
in September.
No, I think. All right. I know that here it was a sweep. That's when Cam got his 1,000 as well.
And that was the big
they won the Big 3. They swept
running over to our table. Oh yeah.
Because both the first 2 sets, I remember like we were down. It was kind of like this. It was like say 23-20, and like we rolled off 5 in a row and we stole those first 2 sets.
Yeah.
I remember that. So I think it was a sweep here, but the Brockton, maybe it might have been 3-1. I don't know. For some reason, I don't think they lost the set though. I think they ran the table last year in Big 3. Yeah. So coming to 5, my point is coming to the 5th set here. It's Brockton's first match of the year, and they're pushing you, which is really shows you what kind of team that they're going to have this year. I'm sure they're going to be tough.
Exactly.
But this is a big one. Durfee's 2-0 to start the year, 3-0 with a Big 3 win. It's really that'd be a good place to be. 2-1 with a Big 3 loss. Yeah, that makes it a lot more difficult.
Yeah.
Because this is your only chance to have Brockton here.
I know.
Then you got to go on the road.
First game. It's
yeah.
definitely
So this is the time to try to catch him. I would say
totally.
to really get him. And my concern was that if Brockton came back and won it, now they get the momentum because they were down. So they're climbing back. They forced the 5th set, and I think the momentum's on their side right now. So for the Hilltoppers, you got to hope for a fast start. Otherwise, it could be in some trouble.
Yep. And Coach Kelly will always say, be the first to get the first 4 points. Like, get to 4 first and start out strong. That's he'll always tell his guys that. I'm very impressed though with the setter from Brockton. This number 3 here.
He's a freshman.
Very impressed.
Training him early.
Seems like he knows quite a bit already as a freshman. He looks like he's played before and got great hands, and he's going to be a good player. On the smaller side, but.
It seems like that's common though. I haven't seen a lot of tall setters.
No. It's nice when you do have one, because when they're playing in the front, and when they're playing in the front row,
Yeah.
and even though they're setting from the front row, but if a ball is tight and they can hit and turn on a ball,
That's
or,
true.
you know, dump a ball, it's nice. That's
Yeah.
like having a lefty too, because they're on that side of the court,
Yeah.
on that right side of the court,
And that's what you're saying about Andrew.
yeah, it's great.
Brockton starts off. Oh, it went out.
Out.
They're looking
Yep.
for a deflection again. I don't think Coach Olsen liked the call again. I don't think he liked it. So big first point for the Hilltoppers. They keep possession, and they get the first point.
Brockton's doing a great job of just attacking the ball every time. Even though that pass was off,
Wow.
and even the setter had to go off, they still attack the ball. And
That's blocked.
there. Good pickup, though.
I'm going to set back to Keys, and he'll drop it over. Perez into the net.
Nice. And same thing, Danny hit that ball right to their setter so that he was taking the ball first, and
Yep.
someone else has to set up the front row. And sometimes just having a different person putting that ball up there almost psychs you out sometimes.
Yeah. Looking at Bruno here.
Nice
It's played.
pickup.
Dropped in.
Nice.
3-0 Hilltoppers.
That was a funny little hit, but I think he's trying to.
Is he saying that two of them touched it back
Two
here?
of them touched it, but I don't believe so. I think that was just one pass.
Well, one jumped in front of the other, so
Yeah.
I don't think two of them could have touched it.
I think they just kind of collided. And
Yeah. Keys,
another block.
again, good communication. Nera
Nice.
tries to drop it.
A great idea, though.
Yeah, because it forced everybody out of
Yep.
position again. Out.
Oh, someone was in the net, though, but no one's calling it. Maybe that was the ball. Shaking a little bit there.
Maybe 3-1, but that's a good start for Durfee. They gotta get the ball right back here. Side out.
Yeah.
Now
you're
I'm not gonna forget.
learning.
No, it's not even learning. I just can't believe I was drawing a blank on that. My
Yeah,
gosh.
right. Yeah, well, no one really says it anymore because.
Well, yeah, that's what I mean. You don't hear a lot
once in a
of
while, but we don't hear a lot of it because
it. Ooh, wow. Right through.
that was nice. Yeah, because we don't talk about it as much because it's not a side-out scoring
Exactly.
rally, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, nice spot.
It was a nice spot. And in fact, I thought the serve might have actually been going out, but Danny played it.
Millen with that short one again.
And that's
This
big
time
trouble.
he got it, though.
Into
This
the bench.
time he got it.
Brilliant. So 4-2, and Durfee has the ball now. Nera going to take a seat after getting a nice point. Oh, my gosh. Oh,
John.
no.
Oh, it was a replay. Okay.
Oh, you know what?
He's tying his shoe. All right. I looked up for a second. I'm like, don't tell me he's on that line again.
That's
Back
what
up.
I thought of that. I thought that initially, too, and then I saw he had tying his shoe.
If I was Brendan, I'd be making him go all the way back to the curtain.
Right.
Like, back up.
Bruno.
Oh, again.
And that was out, too. That did not stay in, so that's a big break for Brockton. Should be 5-2. Instead, 4-3 with a chance to tie. It's going to be Florestal on the serve.
Deep serve there, too.
Yeah.
Nice.
Wow.
Great hit by Danny.
Really. Full authority right there. So they get the ball back. Thomas Michael will serve. It's a good place to be. Stay ahead by, one or two at least.
Especially when,
Bruno
we
had
have
wait
to
on
switch
it.
sides. There we go. Nice
That's
pickup
trouble.
by Danny.
Oh, it comes back.
Good job. Nice Ooh, tight ball there. Oh, he caught it. Whoa, that was tough.
Wow.
So that hit the antenna.
Can't just stop play, though.
I know, that was a tough one. I'm not sure if that was a touch on, if that hit the antenna or if that went around the antenna.
I don't know, but the point is, don't you have to play through until the call?
You should be, and I'm not sure. I mean, he caught it, and that shouldn't have been. He should not have caught that ball. It should have been played out until the ref.
So
and
that's
I
not right
understand
either.
that the ref didn't catch it or whatever, but that's on the ref. That's not.
Yeah.
That needs to be a replay, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I would think. And Brendan, I'm sure, is saying it needs to be a replay right now. Because he should be catching the ball.
Exactly.
He's not the ref.
No.
That's a tough one. That's a tough one. I'm sure that it hit the antenna and breezed by. Oh,
there you go.
Ball don't lie. There we go.
There you go. Off of 3 of them.
There we go.
It's like bowling, knocking down the pins.
Yep. Yep. Sometimes you can't just you can't argue with the refs, and they're gonna,
no, I know.
They're gonna call it, and
there you go.
So
Keys.
Oh, they're calling him in the.
Oh, come on.
With the net call, he hit the net. And it was shaking, but I don't know if that was the ball or if that was actually
wasn't
him.
Danny. Danny wasn't even at the net.
That was tough.
He was so far beyond the net that I couldn't see him, so I don't think he hit the net. I'm sorry, I'm not buying that one.
I'm gonna be watching this game on TV.
I'm not buying that one.
I want to see that play.
That's the first one I'm not buying.
He came up quick on it, and I couldn't tell.
know.
I don't know. It's so tough when because the ball may hit the top of the net or their hand may hit the top of the net, and you can't see that from anywhere unless you're looking right down that net where that ref is. So
good block.
I guess, got to play devil's advocate on those and be like, but that one was out. All right, 6-6 now. But it's all right. Tough. It's all right.
We're tied up.
Oh.
Now Brockton ahead. And I think timeout. Do we have a timeout?
No, that's 7 points.
Oh, yeah, that's right. We're switching.
Wait, but we should be switching at 8, not 7.
Well.
What's the score right now?
No, that's accurate. 7-6.
Then we should not be switching. We switch at 8, unless Margaret didn't get her number up there quick enough. I'm not sure.
It was 6-6.
So that makes. Oh, they're at 7.
Oh, I don't know.
Oh,
now,
boy.
Now you got me second guessing here.
So regardless of what the score is up on the scoreboard, whoever is doing the book, that's your official book, just like basketball.
Of course.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, of course.
So, I mean, and I do other basketball games, and I know how temperamental this board is.
Yeah.
So,
I know.
So if Margaret didn't, we have Margaret back there doing the scoreboard. If it didn't register or she didn't get it up there fast enough or, whatever's on the scoreboard, they're going to go by. So
now it's 8-6.
So now it's 8-6, and but hey, I mean, it's only 2.
It's only 2, but they're getting. You can tell like they're
right.
It's starting to play in their heads a little bit.
Yeah,
it's tense because Brockton's making noise.
Right.
They've gotten some calls that have gone their way.
Right. And it's just about like playing smart now and putting the ball where it needs to be. With you talking about the score paper, the score sheet earlier, you should see what it looks like for a 5th game because you have to switch sides.
Yeah.
So you actually have like 3 lineups written down.
Yeah, that's crazy.
It's nice
good block from
there.
Keys.
Nice block there. Yeah, it's that'll get you all all jammed up when you're looking at that.
I'm sure.
Here we go. Hopefully with Danny up here, we can get a few.
Yep.
Rattle off a few serves. Pull our way back.
Another
Nice
good block in front. It's still in play. Right to the set, right to Nera.
Nice.
And the point to tie it up at 8-8.
Great job. Here we go. All right, we're back to zero. We're
pretty much.
You know, we're starting over. Nice serve again.
Yeah.
Oh, great pass.
It was. I mean, I think it was
Great
going out, to
pickup.
be honest with you, but reaction time, you had to. I don't think you had a choice.
Yeah, right.
Oh! Kept in over the net.
Oh, it was a lift. Yeah, it was a carry. Yep.
9-8.
Yep. It was. I hear the crowd yelling back behind me, but it was. And sometimes I don't know if they really know the call, but it was. He had his hands open, and
all right, 9-8. So bring it back.
You just get it back here. Yeah, you do that, and nice.
Danny in the right spot at the right time. Blocked.
Good.
Oh!
That was a great one. Can't see on that side.
Another good block.
There we go.
And it's 9-9.
Great block there.
2 times we got to see
how you answer that back. Good
Marcelo
job.
there.
Yep. Hey, and that's how you do it. I mean, he got the call on him for a carry and then came right back in and blocked that next one, and that's the way to go. You're just going to keep on fighting for every play.
Kutcher will now serve. Oh, it's short.
Those are so tough when he serves all the way back there, but it's a great serve for him. He's been very consistent with it. I think that's the first missed serve he's had all day.
Fan for Brockton, leading by 1. Millen couldn't get that one over.
Right.
I like the idea.
He's trying. Set needs to be up a little bit higher for him, but
yeah. So 11-9.
He's gonna do what he can with it. Here we go again. We gotta get those hands up. There we go.
Off the bar.
It's on our side. So we always
timeout.
We always talk about this this curtain here that's right above the net.
Yeah.
And when it's on Durfee's side.
It is.
So if that goes straight up and hits that and comes straight back down, it's out. Well, it's playable.
Yeah.
But we didn't play it.
Yeah.
If this would have happened on Brockton's side, the curtain is actually on Durfee's side. So if the ball hit the net on Brockton's side, it would be out of bounds.
Yeah.
Because it'd be over the net and
That's
it can't hit that. So so a lot of times, again, people don't know that from in the stands or they might not know the rule. So they're all like, that was, how is that out of bounds if it hit that? And
yeah, it's in a weird spot.
It's not directly in the middle of the net.
Yeah.
It's on one side. So it's a tough one. It's a tough one.
So 12-9, Durfee going to really need to work hard here. Not much room to work with.
No. We got to stop him here. There we go.
Oh, I like that idea from Saunders, changing up a little bit.
Nice.
That is a point. That's a big stop.
Right.
Makes it 12
That's what they needed
to
right
10.
there.
12-10, and now the Hilltoppers serve.
Do this.
They can. Saunders is serving.
Yep. We've got a big front row with Nillen and Nick and Nelson. All the ends up there.
Yeah, right. Bruno sends it over on the third time.
Nice. Great.
That's another
great spot.
Kill for Nillen. It's a 1-point game.
Here we go. Andrew's setting very well.
And he's getting up there quickly.
Moving the ball around, yep.
Having to serve and then get right up there. Another good serve.
Out.
Out. No deflection. Oh, they called it.
Yep.
I didn't think so. That ball didn't.
I really wasn't looking.
I watched it. I didn't see much misdirection there. A redirection. I'm surprised. I didn't think it went.
Called that on Nick, number 10 there.
So 13 to 11.
The slightest little touch. Oh.
Man, that's
Tough serve.
That's a lucky break right there.
Yep.
Net didn't hold it. Game, match point here. Brockton was down 2-1.
Oof.
Brockton was down 2-1.
Brendan with a late timeout call.
Yeah.
Hopefully ice him a little bit, as he likes to say.
And we'll see. And now Brockton, the 1 point away from taking the match.
Man.
Been a fun match, that's for sure.
Oh, yeah.
But
Up and down.
I would say that if Durfee ends up losing this one, it's one that kind of slipped away a little bit.
Yeah.
You know, after that dominating third set.
Right.
I mean, it's hard to win 3 in a row. So you figure,
yeah.
you know, if you tied at 2, you know, you had the momentum early in this one, and it kind of slipped away, some of those calls.
Yeah, and some tough calls there. And
Yep.
Well, here we go.
Froyo ready to try to serve it out for Brockton. It's a good serve.
Nice.
That's coming back.
Coming over.
What a
Who's
save.
gonna pass that?
Going to set up Nera. That's
Good.
blocked. It's still played. Boxers have it going. Third touch. Got to send it over. Saunders will set up Nera. No, going to the far side. It's a point for the Hilltoppers. They got the deflection.
Woo!
14 to 12.
It's a nail biter now. Back up, Johnny. I know. Even though he can't hear me, I'm hoping that he can, you know.
Good serve. Bruno going to try to end it. It's out. Oh, it's in.
Oh, they called
and the Boxers win it. 15 to 12 in the 5th set.
Man.
3 to 2 the final.
What a great game, though.
Really.
So close.
That was really a great match. That's a really big win for Brockton because it's their first win of the year, first match of the year, and
being a big 3, that's tough.
Exactly, you know, for Durfee it's their first loss, and it ends up being a big 3 loss as well. So that's tough just because of that.
Right.
You know.
Exactly.
And Brockton, who didn't beat Durfee at all last year, that's, you know, they're happy about this, especially a lot of the returning players. They wanted this one bad to start the year. So Brockton takes the win from Durfee. Your scores: set 1 went to Brockton 25-23, set 2 to Durfee 28-26, set 3 to Durfee 25-18, set 4 to Brockton 25-20, and set 5 here 15 to 12 went to Brockton. They win it 3 to 2. All right, Kelly, thanks for joining me tonight. This was a lot of fun.
It was. Thanks for having me.
A big thanks to Jake running camera yet again. And we'll see you all for some more spring sports real soon. Again, we're just kicking things off here. First spring sports action on Fred TV of this season. So we'll have lots more for you here on Channel 9. Till next time, Evan Massoud saying so long from the Fieldhouse.